Good morning on Massage 2AB2. Got a little cup of coffee, a little bit of fresh air to appreciate what we got done yesterday. And what we got done yesterday was we got pretty much most of that refinery stuff up and running. There's still some work to do, obviously, but, one thing at a time. Our big focus yesterday was to get oil going. It's going. So, now we have a couple of big projects in front of us. Now, a little bit of stream business. The error yesterday with no audio notifications for the redeems, we did figure that one out. That's fixed. So redeems should be loud and in my ear when they happen. So hopefully this time they'll get more of a reaction. We also made them last a little longer, particularly the expensive one. Felt that one was just too short and in all, so we like doubled the length on that one. Tweaking things, trying to figure it out, like how long they should be, how much they should cost, stuff like that. Tweaking. So, our two big projects for today. We need to try and get heavy modular frames belted up and running, because we need those things, because unfortunately they're blocking everything going forward. And I'd like to get some lighting on the first floor because I'm so tired of it being dark down there. And yeah. Let's start with getting the HMFs up and running. While the HMFs are actually building, we can probably go and put lighting up. How's that sound? So dark down here. Don't like it. So, I put up two manufacturers. These things are going to be our frame makers. Here's the recipe we're going to use. Why did I pick this recipe? It doesn't have screws. Trying to move screws in large amounts when you've only got 270 belts is a nightmare. Not even going to deal with it. Not going to touch it. It's just not worth the effort. So, this is the alternate recipe for heavy frames that does not use screws. And honestly, I think it's a really good recipe. So, I'm going to put that over on the right-hand side, so we have it as a guidepost to follow. Let's go downstairs.
Darkness.
Most of the manufacturers are going to be building different things, but there are going to be a few cases where two of them are doing the same thing because we need lots of them. Heavy modular frames being the first among and cheapest among these. So much so that eventually we're going to be building a factory to do nothing but build these things. But hey, we need to start somewhere. So how's everybody doing out there, huh? All right. Time for me to get to work. Did I line that up correctly? Looks like I did. This is going to be an ongoing theme. Running out of steel beams. Five stacks. I don't know how long it's going to last us, but it's definitely not going to finish the project, but it'll get us started. If I wanted to be really passive-aggressive, I'd just take the entire bin, but space is an issue. Here's the thing about manufacturers. They take a lot of parts. A lot of parts. And that's the number one logistical nightmare in dealing with manufacturers. The other one is sort of they're slow. Just painfully slow. But they make most of the really complex parts that you need. You know, up until blenders at least, I suppose. Output bin. Okay. So, we've got this entire right-hand side of the factory here. It's empty, for the most part. Believe me, by the time we're done, this is going to be the busiest side of the factory. Just trying to keep enough parts going into the manufacturers to keep them running. It's a logistical nightmare. How are we going to deal with it? Well, my favorite style. Stacks of conveyor belts. The only thing is, if I try and do it in just one stack, it'll reach the ceiling in no time. So, we break it into multiple stacks. 2 or 3 different belt stacks. There's going to be some fancy belt work trying to get through the different stacks. So, the number one thing we're going to need is we're going to need enough room underneath the belt stacks to get things in and out perpendicular to the belt stacks. So, my recommendation is everything starts at 2 pioneers high. 2 foundations high. That's where the first belt needs to be. So the first thing that needs to happen here is that this is going to need to get bumped up to 2 foundations in the sky. The other thing is it's going to run much of the length of the factory. How are we going to keep that neat? I have an idea. And it's very clear. So let's start with some basics. We know that this foundation segment is going to run most of the length of the factory with the list coming down from the manufacturers. So we need to not foul this area. So it gets red. This is the do not foul zone. So we're going to make this colorful. My favorite thing in the world. Go down our color list, basically in decreasing in temperature from red as of, red is the do not foul, orange is you're getting close to fouling it. Yellow, you're safe from not fouling it, but, don't push it. And this is probably where our main stack is going to be, up the yellow. And we're going to do things on these stripes. Yellow is going to be the primary set of stacks. There may be an inner one that is moving produced parts out. And let's have a green one here. This one tells us you're pretty clear, but there's going to be a stack here regardless. And this one is probably going to be moving things in the opposite direction of the main belt stack on yellow. So now we've got essentially what our 3 belt stacks are going to be. Product moving out, main parts coming in, and parts moving in the other direction. Now, we're starting to get to the point where things are going to start fouling other things. So, let's put a blue stripe in. This indicates, hey, you're getting close to fouling stuff over in the refinery line. Am I going to expect you to remember this? No. Okay. Last but not least, you are now fouling the refinery line. That's going to be purple. Doesn't look like it's fouling anything right now, but believe me, when I start putting down the packagers for packaging the different fuels, yeah, you're gonna see it's in the way. So there we go. We have very carefully marked out our operational work area. But Neitha, you just drew a giant pride flag on the floor. Yes, I did. What are you going to do about it? As I keep going. Mischievous cat face. And last but not least, let's get a good cyan going here to mark the outer boundary of the factory. Because these 3 stripes are our inner work area within the manufacturers themselves. Ooh, there's a slug over there. I'm gonna have to grab that later. Because shiny. Shiny! So, the first main part we're going to need for this is going to be modular frames, which is right there. Oop. So I need to pick off this bin. Ball it. How'd I do? Perfect. How tall is that? It is 4 tall. So, let's go. So, like I said, main stack is going to be up yellow. This is where those stripes now start showing how useful they are. So this tells us exactly where things are going to go. It's essentially a big, colorful, yay, straight edge that shows us exactly where things are going to be aligned. But Mitha, you just used gay and straight in the same sentence. Yes, I did. What are you going to do about it? Okay. We need to get these up to the 2nd level. So we're going to keep going up. So how high is this? That's 5 high. So time to start going down this row. I'm going to make it 5 high. One, two, three. Why the spacing them out 3 foundations? Well, yeah, they can go out to like 6 or something, but it also gets a little problematic later when I'm sitting there trying to sit there and pick off of these particular belts for different things. Oh, ad break. Ad break. This isn't very exciting anyway. Just gonna wait to do explanations until it comes back. How do I want to do this? Awkward. That still look okay. I'm not a fan. Okay. Five. Yeah, that looks a little better. Putting frames is the top belt for now. Let's go take a look. No frames. First of all, I don't like how I did that. Secondly, oh. Oops. I forgot. Very important step. It's good. Puppies. Puppies. There we go. That looks much neater. And that should check modular frames off the list. We still need encased industrial beams, steel pipes, and concrete. Well, encased industrial beams is right here, but so is pipes and concrete. Basically, everything else we need is right here. So, well, let's make a primary stack here and see if we can move them all. Let's see, there's a crosswise stack coming by this way. So let's see if we avoid that. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Because let's assume that that stack down there continues this way. But that we've got enough room underneath. Because we're moving 3 products. So, what I'm thinking now, let's see if we can grab the other 2 products we need. I can pick them from the front here, but I've already got like a nice convenient splitter there. However, the problem is the cement when it's just so close to the ground. I think what I'd rather do is take the top one, which is pipes. Kind of like... trying to think this through as I go, you know? The only problem is if I put another splitter in, that's just like double splintering right at the same place, so... it's not great for walking underneath it, but it seems functionally the best way to do it. Merge into the same stack with the other component. These are our 3 remaining pieces. We need to not top or foul the top. Stack 5 up there. Parts time! Woo! How's everybody doing today? Check something real quick. Okay, cool. Discord showed a ping. I wanted to make sure it was nothing critical. One, two, three. Okay. Let's see how we're doing. See, we need to not foul 5 up there, so let's go 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking kind of like that, you know? coffee break. Because, you know, self-care. All right. I'll be honest, I would have thought that this particular part of the project was going to take a lot longer. But it's not taking as long as I thought. So we should probably get to lighting after this. Because, man, oh man, am I tired of using the flashlight all the time here. Besides, things are more colorful down here. Need lights. And what do you know? 5 stacks of belt material was enough. EIBs, concrete, pipe, and modular frames on the top. A little bit of ceremony as the first 2 manufacturers kick off. Frames are now being made. And because I'm an impatient cat, and I hate how slow manufacturers are, I'm immediately overclocking them. This is going to be taxing on the pipes. Methinks it might almost be time to start doing something about that. But there's just one problem. The refineries that are doing oil refinement have stopped. And it's not because I don't have enough stuff dealing with the heavy residue up there. No. These bins are full. So because there's sort of this delicate balance dance going on between heavy oil residue and the products that are made with oil, I kind of need these to not stop. Because I'm using the heavy oil residue. Let's put a pin in this. It's not really an issue right now, because there's nothing mission critical that we need from that. And also, like, I kind of want to get lights down here. I want lighting. I'm tired of this flashlight. This is going to take a little bit of effort. So while those heavy frames are building, let's set this up. Going about 100 at a time, because, I'm sorry, 100 of the ceiling lights, that's 5,000 quick wire at a batch. This is why we needed so much quick wire manufacturing going on, this right here. Whew, here we go. Using more steel. what's going to happen is the steel pipes are going to drain. And we're just going to need to get an alternate solution going, a secondary steel line going. Fortunately, I have a plan. But first things first, I'm sick of the lack of lighting down here. I like my stuff to be, like, airy and well lit. OSHA compliance, you know, good lighting. One other thing we should check on. We have enough tickets to get the little console. I should check that. Not that I'm planning on, like, bright green or bright blue lighting, but, you know, it's nice to have. Just what we needed. Okay. Let's see, one of those. Do we have the parts? Yes, we have the parts. During this process, we're going to need to keep an eye on the power. If the lighting manages to get the power up high enough, we're going to need to go and, like, re-enable those coal burners. Sockets down there. I could just go off this one, I suppose. Oh, wait, no. That one's on a B circuit. Let's not do that. Here we go. I might just stop at cable, I think. Make a mental note of that. Yeah. Cable. Where did I put that socket? There it is. I hope everybody's having a decent Wednesday. Oh, I already did that side. If I'm not mistaken, today is my model artist's birthday, so if you ever have a chance, go check out Indie Dairy's stream. I believe Indie Dairy is planning to stream later today. You know, check out his Discord for more details. All these links are down in the About, by the way. Okay. Here we go. At least until I run out of cable, at least. This looks so neck-breaking, because it's like you're literally steering upwards. Alignment was bad there. This is one of those moments when it's really nice to have the black foundations, because of course they create this perfect, like, cross that is like, that is your target point. Hit the target. That's about as far as that row's gonna go. Hitting a rock wall at this point. Now, the general way I do this is I have a row of lights and then a row without lights. I try and arrange things so that the row without lights is like a row of lifts or something else that would foul the lights, and then put the lights down rows that don't have like anything fouling it. Now, that doesn't always work perfectly into every other row, but you know, do the best we can. First things first, let's go bonk. It's our first row of lights. One down, many to go. So, every other row, as you can see, there's not much over here fouling it, so I'm not super worried. But when we get over to like the assembler row, then I'm going to be very careful about not fouling things, or like the manufacturer row. You need to be very careful not to foul stuff. This is always a fun one when there's a rock in the way. Nudge mode is good for this. Am I putting lights half into the rock? Yeah. Wide, because it keeps the row straight and neat for when it comes out the other side, and there are no rocks. But that's about where that row can't really go any further. Parkour! And that's the end of the cable. So how's everybody doing? Drink break. Union rules say I get my breaks. That's the great thing about being alone on a planet.
Bonk!
Oh! Ow! Ow! Silver, you're so violent! Hi, Silver. How are you doing? And yes, the audio notification worked perfectly this time. I heard that. So the fix worked, at least in terms of that. So, just finished therapy. Brainy is Is that both family and Ooh. 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 Thank you for the head pats. Going to head pat you back as soon as I can, because it sounds like you need it. So, second row of lights. So, I hope everything with the therapy plural went well. I hope it went well. Or if not well, then just acceptable. And turn the flashlight off for a bit so you can see the effect that the lighting has. This is because of the new lumen system that came with update 8. The only light sources that are present are actual light sources, as in things that actually emit light. So it's like the only things in this dark room that actually has any light are the things that we just installed. Yeah, therapy sessions. 2 therapy sessions in a day is not a habit I'm going to be getting into. Oh man, I hope not. That sounds like a lot of spoons to get through there. I hope things went well. Hydrate. Yep. Works. Very good. Give me a second. I've actually been very good about hydrating today because I have my coffee cup. But unlike the one in game, I have to refill my real one every once in a while. Here we go. Done. Brain is a bit mush. Well, take up a chair, take up a rock, whatever you want, and relax for a bit. We are honestly, this is a fairly relaxing activity to me because it's just I'm building lights. That's it. I am adding actual light sources. Because I just got so tired of this room being so dark. And we just finished belting up heavy modular frames, so we need some time for that to actually build. Besides, it's a nice little effect seeing all of the lumen lighting in action when I turn the flashlight off. It's like, you can see these lights are not yet energized, but those are. You can just tell. I also really like... Ooh, ad break. Ad break. We're in ad break. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We're in ad break. We're in ad break. We're in ad break. We're in ad break. Whoop. Stretch. Okay, that must mean the ad break's over. All right. Give you a second. This is model tracking for a second when I do that. Because, of course, model tracking is pointing to where I'm sitting, not where I'm standing. All right. Get yourself some food, and I'll be right back, but I'm leaving the stream open. Okay, have a good food. Have the best of food. Also, it is, if I'm to understand correctly, Indie Dairy's birthday, and he's going to be doing a drunk stream tonight. So, I'll try and get you more details on that later. There's that row, although they're only kind of a half row because it only goes down halfway to where that large rock is. We're gonna have to come back from the other side and finish the other half, but let's restock parts. This is always kind of a project, you know? Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. It's so nice to be able to just walk around and not have to have the flashlight on, because it's like, oh, I can see what I'm doing. Everything sort of stops right here, so it's like I'm gonna need to come back around and get this middle bit that's sort of in the just blocked off. It's gonna be a bit of a process, I think. Five, 10, 15. Remainder of the bin. There we go. This is gonna look so much better when it's well lit. Now we're starting to come up on the big assembler row. So what I think I'm gonna do... I'm me, let's be smart about this. Oops. I hit a belt. I keep hitting belts. That's the one problem with these two belts being so close to the floor. And this is sort of the point, is like, I'm going to keep drawing this line further down until I get to the edge of the factory. And then I'm just going to bring a row of lights right up here. So, like, make sure I don't fall off the edge. Right there. And we're just going to go right down the assembler row until we hit a rock. And rock. Not really a point in going half inside the rock, because it's like, it's not going to make it any easier to come out the other side. The rock is too big. So let's just get this one on and keep going. Put a socket right there. Flashlight off. There we go. Now, so I want to make sure that this next one misses most of the refinery lifts down there. And if at all possible, I'd like to have it actually run on the row where the other refineries are. So it would help if I had them marked. Let's see what we can do about that, huh? Oh, blink my eyes down here, it's so bright. So you can see the yellow stripes there from the assembler row. Essentially what I'm thinking is the same thing, but over here. I think the best way to mark it would be here? Why, Mitha, are you marking things in bright pink? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, let's see. Now, come down here and look up. Now it's very clear where that should probably go. Let's see. I put these like this. My only concern is it's going to be too dark down the middle aisle there. We'll have to build it and see. Because at about 5 foundations, it starts getting dark in between rows of lighting. Not that, you know, real warehouses and factories don't have, like, rows where there's just not enough lighting. I have experienced this firsthand, but just because it exists in the real world doesn't mean I want to emulate it. Just not the vibe, you know? Just not the vibe. Let's see. If all goes well, this should reach all the way to the other side. Yep. Also has the added benefit that it completely misses the rock. Marking out our rows. Back to the lighting. It's already looking better with the lights. See, that's kind of what I was going for, where the lights are perfectly positioned in between the lift holes. Because I'm taking advantage of the space where I know the machines are. Oop. I think I misaligned that one. Yeah, yep. Making sure my alignment is good. Leave a little plug socket there. We're gonna come back around and we do the other side. Connect that one up. My only thing is I want to get the ones that I know that are going to go straight across the factory in place, because those ones will give me a good guide as to where to put the others. And have a nice little socket here. Wire it in. Flashlight off. It's looking good, it's looking good. All right. Let's get some more parts. You see, this is the dark patch in between the two. It's not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, 4, it's like 4 foundations is not bad. 5 is when it's like it starts getting dark in there. But I mean, like here, it's like there are only 3 foundations. It is very dark in here, but that's because there's so much stuff going on vertically. I don't know that you really get away from it. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35, 40. And the exciting bit about all of this, of course, is eventually we're going to need to do this for the next floors when floors go above it. Like I said pretty early on, this factory is going to have multiple levels. 6 or 7 floors. Each time you put a floor above an existing, you'll need to put lighting under. And that job will fall to me. So dark. So dark. Are you from the DC universe? I'm going to keep making that joke. Because it was funny. I'm hoping we're only going to need 1 or 2 more rows. The only trouble is I want to line this one up with the manufacturer, so I need to be on the other side. Oh no, I'll just have to go traipsing across my pride flag floors. It just occurred to me. HMS automated. We did that. Do we have 25 yet? We have 500. Hell yes. So my goal here is there's going to be a row of lights here that is going to be adjacent to the manufacturer row. So I'm thinking this line is manufacturer town. So this will be our lighting row for manufacturers. One time I built this, there was a natural uranium nodule right there, and it was so problematic. Especially in early levels when I was building this thing. Okay, so there's going to be a row of lights right there. So I just need to make one more in between, and I can't foul this one because I know that's going to be manufacturer lifts. So how many we got? 7. It's not going to be perfectly centered, but we could go there. I think that's for the best, because we're going to need all the lighting we can get in Manufacturer Belting Town. Rocking my way. Build with the terrain, not against it. The immediate question, of course, is like, what does building with it as opposed to against it mean? Well, like, if I'm building against it, I'm just encasing it in concrete, out of sight, out of mind. But building with it means I'm including it as part of the decor, you know? Part of the aesthetic. Okay, and then that's the end of that row. Come down here. Start on this one. Now the question is, are we going to have enough ceiling light parts to finish this row? And enough cable to finish powering it up? We are going to find out. This is me wanting a jetpack. You know what? Not gonna bother. Let's just go down to the other end and go from that end. Parts to spare. I'm over here doing cat concentration face. So it's like, I am very fixated on this. I just want to get this done, you know? This is something that I've only been talking about for how many streams now? Since we started this factory? And really, I want to get this done before trains. Really. Because if I don't get it done before trains, I'm never going to do it. Better, better. That section is still dark. Still going to need to do that corner. All right. But this will at least get us so that, like, this job is 75% complete, you know? Yeah, no. Ah! Wow. Eesh. Eesh. Cat likes fish. Ad break. Ad break. Thank you, Silver. Fifteen, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome back from the ad break, and thank you, Silver, for the redeem. Fish. I like fish. I think what Silver's doing is testing them all. Which you are welcome to do. $10, $15, $20. Okay, this time we're gonna work on this side. So it's this dark hole on this side. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Start a lighting line over here. I hate to do this, but it's right inside the factory and in my way. I will say we need to mess with your ad settings after. I would prefer it if they were all like right at the beginning of the hour and, you know, it goes and makes itself perfectly happy and then we don't have to deal with it for the rest of the hour. But the ad settings are confusing and I think somewhat deliberately so. We can take a look at that later. Okay, we're looking better, we're looking better. Now I know on this one there was a gap of 3. 1, 2, 3, so like that. Yeah. Trying to make it so that this side mirrors the other side, you know? Thank you, Silver. That is appreciated. Now, if I've done this right, I should be able to just go to the other side of the rock and... voila! Continue the same power cable. Nut bunnies. Flashlight is off. You can see it's taking shape. Just need to finish this little corner. I think at this point, I'm just gonna go like that. And anything further would be off the edge of the factory, so let's just do this. And I need this one to go through this little center area here because it's always dark right here. And once again, if I did my job right, there it is on the other side. Yay, my alignment was good. I'm just gonna turn the flashlight off. I basically don't need it at this point. You can see the lights pop on as I power them. Okay. Now, put a socket there. I'm gonna take this. Put a socket there. That is actually for later, when we start going up floors, I'm going to want access to the lighting circuit. So it's like, it's right there on either corner of the factory, kitty corner. Make a note of this. Modular frames, running low. That's the new heavy modular frames manufacturers. Eventually, this is going to be a problem, and we're going to hit a point where we're going to need to increase our production of these. Now, mind you, we're using the best recipe here we can. We could overclock, but it's using screws. I don't want to do that. So the alternative is going to be, as soon as we get trains up and running, building an external factory of this. And some other things. I have a plan. Do not worry. Lighting. Very good. I think I'm good with that for now. Ah. Ran into my own belt work. I'm just cleaning my inventory out a little between projects. All that extra pipe making material. All right, there we go. Inventory cleaner. Let's go back up and check on our milestones. Because we finished what we set out to do here, which was the lighting. Check.
Milestone reached. Fluids can now be packaged to allow for transportation via vehicle and conveyor belts. Additionally, highly improved biofuel can now be produced.
So, the next two things on the train's checklist, on the right-hand side of the screen there, is to automate two types of fuels. We're going to do these together. Because, like, biofuel is this refinery right here. So we should now have a recipe. There we go. Boom. It now has a yellow light instead of a red one. And fuel has been sitting here full for, well, since middle of last play session, so. One thing we have in our court now, though, is we now have captures. So, I just want one group. What happened here? It got out of order. I'm sorry, this is a slightly OCD thing. Okay. I have a blueprint. Wow, I'm doing great. A blueprint for 4 packagers. Let's put it. We need to put it somewhere over near that refinery, that one. So in this general neck of the woods. My general logic is because there are 2 of them right next to each other right here. Let's just put them over here. Ish. That's backwards. I don't want to move it too far towards the back of the factory because then you start getting into that area where it's fouling with the belt stacks that are going to be servicing the manufacturers. So I want to sort of nudge it as close to the refineries as possible, you know? Also, let's check my alignment here. This could actually go to the left some. That's actually perfect. Build it. So, here's what I'm thinking. Orange for orange. Regular fuel. Red to red for turbo fuel. On this end, green for the biofuel line. And this guy's going to wind up being the whatever we need at the time. You know, there's going to be a couple of points where it's like, I need to package this very specific thing. It's the extra. Fuel. Turbo fuel. Look at biofuel, and you're going to sit unused for now. Now, the one thing we do not want here is them all sharing the same fuel pipe. So I'm going to take those pipes out. Here we go. One, two, three, four. Get some electrical power down here. Now, this input, we need containers. Let's head downstairs. It just so happens that a few sessions back, when we were completing the end of phase 2, I happened to set up a line that's doing nothing but making containers. Right there. So, it's been sitting there for a while, just building up. which will enable us to there we go. Our first fuel product is being packaged. And for OSHA's sake, paint the pipe orange, because that's fuel. Same sort of thing over here. I'll line this up with the other one. Is that going to line up well, though? There we go. Now, we haven't actually fully belted up turbo fuel yet. So, let's go into our to-do list. We did that. We're going to need to belt up turbo fuel. Belt up cloth. Belt up biofuel. And while we're else at it, we're going to belt up smokeless powder. Now, what about our fuel automation checklist? Well, we haven't done a step yet. We have the cat and Bose protocol. If you like it, then you should have put a bin on it. It's nice just not being plunged into darkness down here. All right. Where do these guys come out? I mean, we shouldn't force them out of the closet. They can come out at their own time, but... Let's see... I forgot to make floor holes, didn't I? Yes, I did. It's a lot harder doing it from the underside. But if I'm good enough at eyeballing it... Let's go back up to the top and make sure I didn't flub that, shall we? It's about 4 o'clock. When the ads start kicking off around 4 o'clock, I think I'm probably going to do a BRB for a self-care break. Because I think that just makes sense. How'd I do? Not too bad. Out of fuel. Yeah. Because it's out of HOR. Or goop! It is goopless. Because all of these guys have stopped running. So, we're going to need to fix that when we come back from the break. So, let's take a break. Be right back in 15 minutes, shall we? Alrighty. It's dusk. But I think it's about time we get some better wind turbines.
Milestone reached. R&D from the refined power branch of Fix-It have developed improved wind generation devices. Note, these devices have to be distanced 12 to 20 foundations in order for maximum efficiency. In addition,
So, we have fluffy new wind turbines. They're taller, they're bigger, and as opposed to generating 10 megawatts, these ones generate 100. Nice upgrade, but they need to be spaced further apart. We may use some of these if power needs dictate. I also just sent up Super Chainsaw, also known as the Azure Pyro style mod. He loves this thing. It's basically the same as the base chainsaw with two exceptions. It has a much wider radius, and it requires packaged actual petroleum fuel, as opposed to the base one, which does not. But it can do this. That's handy. That's really handy for clearing an area. The downside of this thing, though, is you really want an expanded inventory mod, or otherwise this thing's going to fill your inventory in no time flat. Like, you press the button once, oh, your inventory's full now. Luckily, I do have something prepared to help us with this. It's the same as the biomatter production line that we built back at the starting factory. Except instead of vertical, it's horizontal. Do I have any shrooms? And this is going to become very important here in a few minutes, because we're going to probably need to belt up the biofuel itself, because it's the next thing on our list. Here we are, merrily. Ooh, yeah, gotta love a full inventory. Oh man. Inventory management is very much one of the things in this game. You are correct, Silvercat Boy. So yeah, you can see we are processing what I just gave it. This bin, what you see there, is all that's left of the biofuel nuggies from the starting factory back at the beginning of the game. That's it. From like 14 biomass burners. That's it. It's not a lot left. So, we kind of have a vested interest at this point in going back and picking things up, so the Super Chainsaw is actually going to be really useful for us, because we're going to now start building something that's not a lot. No, it's not. As soon as, like, there is exactly 2,704, which is 28% of a single bin. A lot would be several bins full. That's fine. It's a perfectly cromulent question, and I encourage you to ask questions. What we're going to do is we're going to make biofuel out of the biofuel nuggies. And what may very well happen is what's in this bin gets used immediately. But first things first. I need to get a belt out there. Once we do, we're gonna need water. I like your funny words, Magic Lady. Yes, you're absolutely welcome to ask me questions at any point. That's the point, as they say. Nudge mode is your friend. We're gonna run out of belt making materials almost immediately. Also, another very cromulent question would be, why are fuel automation and biofuel automation on my must-accomplish list before trains? Well, it's because of the jetpack. The jetpack is going to become very useful as we're building the railroads around the world. Particularly in areas where we haven't built anything yet, because this... probably for another hour. It's been kind of a quiet day. So I'm not planning on going super long. Did you want to stream tonight? You should. I'd watch. Also, Indie Dairy... It's Indie Dairy's birthday. And he's going to be doing a Drunk Tarot stream tonight. So it's like, that's also one that I'm hoping to be able to get a drop in on. Drunk Indie. Drunk Indie Dairy. So our destination is that hole there. Eyeball it. Gotcha. I was just more curious than anything. That's cool. Perfectly cromulent question. You know what? I just build a stack so I can figure out how far down I need it to go. I think that's about right. I think I'm gonna just have myself rest today. I have streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I'm gonna stream tomorrow for sure. That makes sense, and considering you went through the emotional ringer today, give yourself a damn day off. Mama Kitty said so. Gods know you deserve it. So I realize what I've now opened up myself up to with the term of, Mama Kitty. Does that make Silver Daddy Kitty? Daddy, chill. Okay. Got that far out. And there's the other end of the belt. So now I just need to bridge the gap. Turn the corner. And that should make the dry part side. But that's only half what we need. Good. Good, Silver Catboy. Good. Alright. Let's see now. Back door! Zing! We're gonna have a problem. Do I want to pick a fight? Nah, I really don't care right now. I mentioned earlier the convenience of this little pond right here. One thing I'm not sure about is where to go up vertically. So let's go up to the top and work our way down, so I have some idea where it comes out. Dad, chill. We also have this problem. Whole line is stuck. When we were building the refineries yesterday, who remembers the two awesome sinks I stuck right in the middle? It's okay, it was yesterday. I have trouble remembering what I ate for breakfast. Let's add Smart Splitter. And this guy I configure for plastic. And then overflow. Not my greatest alignment work. Let's try that again. Right on the center line. Let's do this. Plastic and overflow. these two awesome sinks right here. General purpose being, the bin should fill first, so that we have some on hand. But if the bin fills, it will shunt to the sink. We're going to do this same thing on the rubber, and then on the latex. Because unfortunately, I do need to keep making heavy oil residue. Now for the modular load balancer array we've got going on here, they have a tool for this. The output only overflow module. And I'm literally just going to interface it right to a different load balance array. In this case, the same one that this guy is using. The way it's set up, if the bin is full and the whole line is backed up, this will output. One more. Is that too close? Yeah, it's too close. Let's try instead on this side. Yeah, still too close. I learned nothing. I learned nothing. That's a little better, I think. I just need enough for there to be a gap that is visible between the two of them, so that I can come back later and upgrade the belt. So, these guys, what were they called again? Polymer resin. And then an output that is overflow. That's odd. Did we do something wrong? Better. Better. Hello, Eva Havenowo. Yeah, there's not currently a Discord server available, nor is there a command for you to access there. We're working on one, but we want to make sure that it's going to be a safe place for LGBT people, so it's not ready to go yet. But, as you can see, these guys are all running now. So, in theory, this means that the fuel production down on this end. Hey, you planning to stream for much longer? Yeah, I'm planning to go for at least another hour. Are you wrapping up over there, Laveau? Yep, he's running. And he's running. Okay. Let's go grab the biofuel pipe. Because as soon as I feed water that thing, it's gonna spout fuel like a fire hose. So let's see. Doesn't really need to go out very far. Okay. Whoa! Hello there!
Bonk!
I believe this is... Yeah. Hello, Laveau and company. Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard. Ooh. Just redeemed a head pat. I think there's still a timer. You might want to... Let me see. Let me
Nice.
Nice. Let's refund a couple of those. Hi, hello, I am company. Yes, Archmuffin, you are definitely company. And hey, Waggett. And Laveau, that's green, not blue. How is the Mitha doing? I am currently working on belting up the biofuel refinery right here into the new packaging set that we just set up. But we're at ad break. But yes, welcome Raiders, and I'm going to say this again after we come out of the ad break. Yes. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Laveau. I hope you had a good stream. I know you were doing Satisfactory because I was there for a while. Waiting for the ad break. Waiting for the ad break. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. I ended on the note of setting up way too much copper. Well, I guess that's better than the situation you were in earlier, Laveau, where you had not nearly enough copper. Yeah, but on the ADSs, you're spending a whole lot of copper on the wire and the cable, and then you're spending a whole lot of copper on the nuclear pasta, which is going to chew tons. So all of that work you did on the copper, it's going to come in handy. It's going to come in handy almost immediately. Now that we're out of ad break, welcome in, Raiders. Hi, I'm Mitha. I've probably hung out in Laveau's stream once or twice. And I occasionally make reference to it's like, I also play. I'm gunning for 1,500 copper sheets per minute. Cool. Make sure to set aside some of those copper bars, though, because the ingots are going to be immediately... You know, we could always set up a redeem for that, Archmuffin. Probably have to do it in the audio system, but I think probably do that. We'll add that to the to-do list. Redeem sound meow. I'm making this. It's your first playthrough, Laveau. You get to make mistakes. It's fine. It's normal. Some wire and such, yeah. It's just, look at the copper ingot requirements on the nuclear pasta. You're gonna do an ouch. Be sitting down. Give me a mo here, lol. Okay, yeah. All right. Oh. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Archmuffin. I also see Waggett back there. And Jade. Welcome in, everybody. I guess I don't really need to introduce myself too much. It's like, y'all pretty much already know me from Laveau's stream. Hi, Archmuffin. Blep. There is actually a blep redeem. That I have done. Thank you, Silver Cowboy. 1200 per minute. 1200 per minute. So yeah, all that work you did on the copper, you're gonna need that copper. Oh, ooh, hello. Hi, Sparky. Yes, 1200 copper ingots per minute. It's ADHD o'clock. Yes. I'm gonna go cry. I'm sorry, Laveau. I've been sitting here trying to warn you. Copper, nuclear pasta, it's a thing. You did a lot of work getting your copper up and like being more efficient. But you need to factor this bit in. You need to add this one to your math. It's a lot of copper. I kind of take over most of the grassy fields for copper resources to make nuclear pasta. I've got a few resources I can tap for that. I'm not actually worried. Good. And are you planning on doing more Satisfactory on Friday? Or are you going back to Stardew Valley? Not that I, more Satisfactory on Friday. That makes sense. So I will be there on Friday. My ears and tail will bristle to come and see. But right now, this is going to be a water pipe, and it needs to go down. Water pipe, go down. What is? Oh, it's a wag. Okay, I do like a good wag. Alright. Now we've got some idea where this is going to punch through to the next floor down. For those who've never... Thank you, Silver, being a good moderator. Although I know a few of you already have. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Lavelle. So, we're up here on the factory floor, where all the machines are. We need to go down through the logistics floor. Literally earlier today, I was gently ribbing Laveau about having a logistics space that was maybe a foundation or so high. How about a logistics floor that's 10 foundations? It's a lot easier to work down here. Okay, let's see. It's not quite the same, but I don't need it to be completely vertical. Because I can sit there and use that. It will adjust. Nah, man, I love my basket weaving. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. I added lights down here, so at least I don't need to have my flashlight out all the time. So, this is going to punch down to the lower floor right about here, so... I'll mark that. Walk across my incredibly gay floor. And underneath, we can now see where the water punches out. Oh. Oh. There are poison flowers down here, and I do not have breath masks. I'm in Laveau's boat. Lovely gay floor, yes. Unironically, like, girl, it's so fucking satisfying to work out how to root things in such a cramped place. Yeah, yeah. And believe me, like, the first time I did a playthrough, I was doing the same thing, so I get where you're coming from. Oh. First of all, this is sort of based off the progress flag, so it's got the 3 colors on the end. That said, if, like, I'd probably add, like, a brown stripe like right there. Would probably make sense. And also, I think over the Steel Factory, yes, think I have the full trans flag colors over there. Laveau's boat. The Laveaute, if you will. The Laveau boat. Ah, the Laveaute. Everyone votes for the Laveaute. Oh, can we not clip through the rock? All right. Get a power pole going. As an autistic, I find this sound so satisfying. This is such a satisfying sound to me. All right. Let's get another power pole over here. Because this is when we need to start pumping. If I could see, it would be lovely. Ah! Wait a minute. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Die! Violence. Cat is Hunter. Alrighty, I need to go do some post-stream care, and then I'll probably be getting into VR chat shortly after. Have a fun time. Do the self-care. You were on stream for a lot, Laveau. Take care of these lovely beans for me. Thank you for trusting me with them. You have a great evening. I can't imagine what time it is across the pond. Violence. Okay. Murder boner subsided. Get back to the nice, calming, chill stream of building the factory. And not violent murder boner. Like something out of a D&D campaign. Yes, have a good night, Turg. And you know, I just noticed something. What's wrong with this picture? That pipe isn't actually connected. This may be a problem. No, I guess not. It seems to be working. Let's go up and check it on the next floor up. Jeez, what time is it across the pond right now? 5 p.m. plus 8 hours. One a.m. It's 1 a.m. Actually, I don't want to put this on the assembler circuit. I want to put this on the refinery circuit. But it's not down here, so I don't know that I can do that. Assembler circuit it needs to be. Flow looks good. So used to having the flashlight on all the time. Now I need to break that habit. I might go through and put an extra row of lights down the center here. Thinking about it. Blurp. Three coupons. Because, of course, now we're flushing a whole bunch of extra oil products. Running. Of course, we still need to belt that one. Now, is this running? Oh, yeah, that's running. Okay. That's some good biofuel. What a mess. Am I gonna have to clean that up? Okay. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. These guys have shut down. Because they're out of modular frames. Well, there's no point in overclocking them anymore. We've now hit the point where our supplies cannot keep up. But we can go in here and check off biofuel is automated. We are a step closer to trains. Yeah, that top belt. That top belt is empty and I don't like it. So, let's go take a look. That's a lot of fuel. Got enough fuel in here, the US military will want to invade. Empty box. Okay. What are we short on? Nothing? Itchy needs to investigate. It's running, it's just slow. Okay. Let's look at something. Parts, modular frames, and it's currently using this recipe, which is 3 per minute, and it's pulling from our steel supply. Steel is in high demand right here. There is one that makes 5 per minute, but it takes 56 screws a minute. Dealing with screws. Okay. I don't like dealing with screws. But I might have to. Because this recipe is not keeping up and I need the steel for other things. So, meanwhile, all of these cast screw machines are sitting here idle. I don't want to, but I have to. Shut down. Shut down. All right. Bolted frames. 56 screws a unit. Here we go. All right, which one is the pipes? It needs to go. In fact, I think in general we can just clear all 4 of these and redo them. Okay. Cowabunga, dude! First things first, let's take out this old belt of pipes, because now it's just in the way. Clean that up later. So the way I center these Take the two middle ones. Nudge mode. Oop, attached. Nudge mode doesn't work attached. And rotate it. There we go. Check my work. It's good. The way I'm thinking I'm going to do this. Rippers come in on the bottom, and so therefore go to the outer set. Which, if I'm looking at this correctly, is the way it was before, so there should be no fouling. And the screws, I'm going to connect directly. Because we only have 270 belts right now. And that is just an issue that is getting in our way. Oh, we need to go higher with that. Yeah, that's better. Screw belts flying through the sky. Okay. Screws bend. Okay, what do we got? We're gonna need a spacer first of all. Output, output. I can hear all of those cast screws, constructors, and the smelters feeding them all come to life as soon as I did that. Because they're right upstairs. It's not moving. Oh, because they're stopped. Here we go. It's night out. It's all dark out here. Yeah, production paused. Start. Production paused. Start. I hate kneeling at the foot of screws, but the last recipe was just not keeping up. Yeah, I actually do have a... Well, hello, Lavos. How are you doing? I hope you're doing all right. So, green lights. I like to see that. Hopefully this means maybe if not fully keep up with the production of the heavy modular frames, it will, you know, sort of at minimum just sort of keep its head above water. I don't know. Those mean the same thing. Anyway. I've also taken out the overclock slugs on them, so that's going to help. That will take a lot of the load off of the steel, though. Because I didn't expect to nap for 3 hours. Well, yeah, but a nap's nice. I mean, as a tiger, I do like a good cat nap. All right. We can check off biofuel, as we did that. And the fun thing is, now, as part of the water being belted in, or I should say piped in, all we need to do is hook up the resin and that will start working. And of course, the next major objective on our checklist is we're going to need to start making some more stuff with manufacturers. Namely, we need computers, we need some high-speed connectors. We're going to need some crystal oscillators. And of course, last but not least, oop, I'm out of materials. Before we get it too crazy here, should demarcate a couple of these for making modular engines and adaptive control units. Because that's going to be the end of this phase and pushes us into the next phase, because that's the 2 space elevator parts that we need to do. Asian. Oh, we're in the ad break. Okay. I mean, Tiggs tends to curl up wherever she, you know, where she fits, she sits. Where she fits, she sits. You know, cats will always crawl into, you know, a box. And I think everybody's back from the ad break. So yes, all I've been doing is adding a couple of different manufacturers now that we're mass producing heavy modular frames, and this will enable us to start working towards the next phase. So one of those is computers, which I'm gonna set at least 3 boxes and watch the chaos of indecision unfold. Figure out which one she wants to sit into. Yeah, that sounds about right. She'll probably find the one that she feels most snug in. At least that's what I would do. All right, adaptive control unit. Adaptive control unit. Here we go. There we go. probably not going to belt those up today. But we did finish what we set out to accomplish so far today, which was to get the HMS up and running and to get the lighting done. But right this second, one of the things that I want to focus on is I want to get this bad boy belted up. There's not really anything stopping any of these from kicking off and running, except for the fact that I just need to belt them. This guy needs black powder. Compacted coal. That guy is, like, latex. Actually, probably could just make a box. And just sit in the box, you know. Break time. In a box. That's the fun thing about being a cat that can always build a box around her. So, I have a long line of assemblers here that I've set up. I have box time, break time, let's go. Exactly. Exactly. We should probably also set up the rebar types. So let's add a line for that. Make rebar types. Should also probably research the noblists to go along with that, but not a super problem right now. A lot of my playstyle seems to be putting things off. It's a cat thing. One thing I am going to do, let's have 2 of these making carbon mesh. Oh, Silver Catboy, you were asking about trans flag colors. Let's get up to a nice vantage point up here. Yeah, there's trans flag colors there. All right. These 2 bad boys are making carbon mesh. Carbon mesh is one of the main materials used in making solar panels. And this is part of the refined power mod. So, we're gonna need to get this started sooner or later, so better sooner than later. Bloop, bloop. And then somebody that's actually making solar panels. So. Doop. Let's see. And just make a note to myself when I start belting these up. 2 of those for rebar ammo types. Which makes me think, also, so we're not making those yet. Gonna start on those. A 100 mycelia. I might have to go mycelia hunting. Let's see. Need to start making crystal oscillators for that one. Oh heck, this one I should be able to just go ahead and do. And this is one of the ones I need to get belted up, the smokeless powder. All right. I see red. That one's not keeping up either. We might have to look at that one later, but I'm also planning on building a factory of that after we have trains, so... Let's see... So yeah, we're gonna need to belt this one, we're gonna need to belt that one. And latex is way down on the other side. Hey, Cat and Bows! How you doing? Did you just get off of work? It's about time, around about the time. Ooh. That's nice. Thank you for the redeem. And just on your 30 minutes. Well, yeah. Fuck capitalism, have a good break. Well, I hope I am at least somewhat enjoyable, or at least chill. I like chill. So what I'm thinking right now is I need a belt that's going this way. I don't want to mess with the manufacturer line over there, so... Because those latex is over there. And if I'm not mistaken... Yeah, this one is smokeless powder, but I haven't popped the input port. So I need to do that. And then this one, latex goes in there. I'm also not seeing the input for... the compacted coal for turbo fuel. You are both of those things. Well, thank you, dear. I do try. Although I wasn't very chill earlier when I decided to just go ape shit, pull out the Nobilis, could blow up a whole bunch of toxin flowers. That wasn't very chill, but, you know, on the whole, I try to, you know? Yeah, there's no input on this one. Alright. Not exactly perfectly forward-thinking of me, but whatever. A little bit of clipping, but... So, one's black powder, one's compacted coal. Basically, there are two products coming from this end of the factory towards sort of the center here, and then there's one that goes down there coming from all the way over there. So I'm thinking sort of a left-right longitudinal belt line. Oh yeah, the explosives are fun. They're very satisfying. Every once in a while, you need to just blow something up. Sometimes I do it just to see if I can. Look, that blows up. Now we should have, there we go, 2 input ports on this side. These are probably not going to be their final positions, but that's okay. Just marking them. So, let's get started. 2, 3. 2. Well, that wasn't my best work yet. Alright. Clean that one up. 2, 3, 4, 5. That wasn't the best count, but oh well. Who cares? The fun part is these 2 are going to need to get underneath this belt stack. Fortunately, I thought ahead here. We're going to need to split this one 2 ways. Here we go. Okay. Turns out I'm not going to really need that one. Like that guy, so we'll pick those up. And we need to pick this one up. But we're not going to really need to split it. There's not really much else that's going to use this. At least not my factory. Could use a lift if I need to. So that will work perfectly, but I want to leave room for the other guy. So, can I go up one? And still have it look okay? Doesn't look like it's clipping. Alright. Fair enough. And these 2 are going to exit almost immediately over here. This one is the compacted coal one. How is my alignment? As good as I'd be expected to do. I need to see where this one comes out to make it neat. That is the perfect right-hand corner. Back 2. And I'm going to bring him down. We're right on that level. And then it clicks backwards. I love it when that happens. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to put a line right across what we just did. Except it's going to go up a couple of layers because we need to avoid those two there. It's going to go in the other direction. So like that, I think. That's going to be the latex belt. 1, 2, 3. Don't like the rock. So let's take it away from the rock. I know Laveau likes to clip things through everything, but it's just not my style, you know? 3, 4, 5. I sort of want to run it to the end of this little corridor here. And here we go. This bin here. There's really only one thing that uses this, so just gonna pop an end cap on it. About as neat as I think I'm gonna make it, you know? How dare I make accusations that are true? You're welcome to your style of play, and that's fine, especially considering it's your first playthrough. You get a pass. I'm on like my 12th. I don't get a pass. Smokeless powder's being made. Good, 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 good. And oh, and hey, look at that. Turbo fuel. Blap. Blap. Ooh. Ooh, that is nice. That is very nice. Thank you, Laveau. And thank you, Cat, for the redeems. Oh. My ears feel much better now. Let's see. Ooh. 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 So we need to get this belt to end with this lift. I'm thinking Something like that. Yeah, I think I can make that work. It's a little low. Off it goes. So, we can now check off. Captain, I cannot go any faster. Smokeless powder, cloth, and turbo fuel. Assuming I didn't miss anything. Oh, okay, gotta go back to work now. Hugs. Have a good day at work, Kat. I hope things go better. I know you've been having a rough one, so stick with it. Take care. Have a good day. I'll be around when you get off. That's what she said. I don't know why it's not working. I need to go up and look at it. Let's see. Whoop. Okay, yeah, that one's running. Trundling right along. Making fuel, making turbo heavy fuel. Your light's green, that's a good sign. It's stacking up in the machine. Well, there's your problem. There we go. Problem solved. While we're thinking about it, we should probably go over here, plop down a manufacturer, and add it to the line. This one... Have I not... I have not unlocked it yet. Yes, yes it is, Milk. Hey, Milk. How you doing? How's just human going? At least that's what you were playing when I went to bed last night. If you switched over to Satisfactory, it must have been after I went to bed. Because I kind of crashed early last night. My brain was doing the nope. Just ask Silver Cat Boy. Oh. Right, I forgot about you. Back in Tier 4. Yeah, gas mask. What do we need? Just some cloth. We just need some cloth. Okay, fine. Would be nice to have gas masks. Same old here, but yeah, kind of run out of content for the moment in Once Humans, and I try to get back to get stage 4 on the elevator. Yeah. Is that your first playthrough, Milk? So would this be your first time completing the game? You and Laveau are gonna get done about the same time. all three fuel types. Like Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. Nope, not first playthrough, but it'll be the first time I would get stage 4. So you played through the game before, but stage 4 wasn't implemented. This will be your first time completing stage 4. I'm just interpreting. Feel free to correct me if I'm misinterpreting. Just take 100. Call it good. And I need some motors. 5, 10, 15, 20. There we go. Yeah, but you're doing a pretty good job of it at it now. You're knocking your way through it. And now I can do something which Laveau has never done.
Masks and filter parts will ensure increased odds of survival
Breath
in
masks.
health-based hazardous environments. Fixit Incorporated would like to extend the friendly advice to not forget to change filters regularly.
So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna demarcate manufacturer for doing nothing but making breath masks. Which is actually gonna use that cloth that we just automated. Yes, I keep making these accusations. Did you ever actually? Oh, you did not. Okay. See, it would have been funny if you'd come back and said, I did actually, like automate this. I have breath masks, so I'm not sitting there getting killed by poison flowers. But it's like, no, you're still dying to poison flowers. Ad break. Loadums. Yeah, that's fair. Just blow them the fuck up. Same thing with gas pillars, actually. Blow them the fuck up. Solves a world of problems. Yeah. Here's the thing, though, Laveau. In order to make the masks that allow you to resist uranium radiation, one of the precursor parts is the basic filter mask. Because the uranium mask is basic mask plus deuterium wire plus aluminum casings, if I remember correctly. I'm just going off memory right now. Speaking of which, I have not done that yet. Tier 6. Let's go look at Tier 6 for a hot second. Yeah, I need to get my motors up and running. Oh. I could probably knock that one right out. Now that I have actual packaged fuel to go with it. Is it jetpack time? Is it jetpack time? Need to steal some of this. Excuse me, thank you. Man! Okay, here we go. Gun! Should probably finish that at some point. All these require oscillators. And I need to get the high-speed connectors up and running. Okay. Got it. Okay. Da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Are you not back yet? Cat is impatient. I swear I will go and knock something over onto the ground right now. Don't make me do it, I'll do it. It's still not back yet. The hard drive. Do I have one sitting around? Oh, yes I do. Are you back? Thank you.
R&D inflated your pocket dimension and has provided a jetpack, which operates on oil-based fuel, for increased navigational capabilities as well as odds of survival.
Inventory space, the final frontier. That's not even the final version. That's just the tier 3 version, or tier 4 version. Okay, we're gonna add gun. And we're gonna add gas mask. And we'll fetch some parts. Because I am tired of being bound to the earth. The ground is tiring. Cat wants to not be on it. I am referring to myself in the third person. Little bit of rhubarb. Again, this is the fun thing to save all of that, you know, the different fuel types for us. For the jetpack, obviously. Sure, I could run vehicles and power them with fuels, but why would I want to when I have trains? Alright. And because I'm lazy, Choo choo. Exactly, Milk. Gun. Yeah, we'll take one of those off. There we go. I've already got 2 assemblers just sort of sitting here, specifically for the purpose of gun. Get some copper sheets. Grab the recipe just in case I forget what I'm doing. Oh, right. Well, Laveau, I don't know if you've gone off to VR chat yet. I sort of suspect that you have. I'm probably not going to last a whole lot longer. Heading off in about 10 minutes. Yeah. So you're going to be heading off to VR chat about the same time. I think I am going to take a break and do some self-care. What are we thinking tonight? I see. Okay. All right. So, schedule for the week. Thursday's going to be an off day for us. We're probably not going to do anything on Thursday, except maybe I think Silver Catboy might be streaming on his personal channel. He did sort of indicate that earlier. Friday morning, me and Catbuzz, we're going to be going and doing... I almost said Battleground 3. Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, I'm clearly getting tired. We're going to do some BG3 together in the morning, and we're going to simul-stream that. And then in the afternoon, we're probably going to be doing... Was it Dish Pit Witches? Or Stockpot? Something like that? I don't know. Stew Pot. Yes. Anyway, we're going to be doing some tabletop stuff Friday afternoon. I may stream Saturday. I'm not sure yet. The problem is my D&D game on Saturday is currently on a hiatus, and it's unclear whether somebody's going to come in and do a one-shot on that game. If they don't do a one-shot, I may stream on Saturday. See how I feel. If they do a one-shot, I probably won't be around Saturday. Sunday, it's going to be an off day. I need to get some real life stuff done. And Monday, of course, Trans XP TTRPG. We're going to be on for a full day doing tabletop stuff. Again, not 100% sure what schedule is. I'm not the DM. Ask Cat and Bose when she gets back from work. In the meantime, I've made a little error here, I think. So I've got this nice belt coming in. For copper sheets, and I need the copper sheets for its next door neighbor as well. Not just the containers, I also need it for gun. Capital G, gun. So I'm thinking I might tear that apart and put in a load balancer array there. Because, you know, anything over 2, it's easy for the system to load balance, like, 2 things, but load balancing anything above that, well, anything above 3, really. Because the splitters can only handle 3 natively. You can, you know, stack lots of splitters together, but that starts taking over a whole lot of space. A whole lot of space. Hey, Mal, you still there? Start to lose my voice. I show you're online. You gonna be on very long? Cool. I'm gonna clean this mess up. In the meantime, I'm also probably gonna do a little bit of self-care. Probably get some errands ran, because I need to run some errands. And oh, I'm melting. I need to cool down something fierce. I will see everybody Friday morning. Do some self-care. Take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. And, you know, do the subscribe, the like, all the social media things. Have a good one, everybody.